Good morning, Gerard. We're recording some of this interview on video, and today's date is what is today's date? It's the 26th of August, and we're conducting this interview in relation to the sales director role. And I've not yet told you which organisation it is, but I will be hopefully able to once my client has registered if they're interested in you or not. So, Gerard, over to you. Introduce yourself for me, please.
Okay, obviously Gerard Lovell. I live in a village called Dolwood in Axminster. We moved there approximately 2 years ago after finishing and selling my business, which was called Jakeman's Confectioners. That business we basically sold, manufactured and sold boiled sweets, specialising in menthol confectionery that would compete with the likes of Lockets and Balls. So that was my main business interest, and we grew the business up over the 6 years. It was a business with 100 years of heritage behind it. So there was obviously a lot of traditions there that we grew the business within.
Yeah.
Obviously we made the decision after selling the business that we would move to the southwest because we felt it would give a better, nicer, safer, more beautiful environment than we were actually living in at the time.
Good. Good. How did you feel at the end of that experience with Jakeman's, having taken it from A to Z?
It was extremely, it was a big roller coaster to manage to grow a company from just over 600,000 up to nearly 2.2 billion, with a pipeline of 3 million forecasted for that year.
Yeah.
So when we actually finished, it was an amazing experience. Sometimes I can remember coming out of the solicitors at the time, and you almost had that Del Boy moment of finishing and getting over the line. But this is really, I enjoyed the 12 months before that so much because it was absolutely intense.
Yes.
You did have to be so involved with the business because you were running a company as well as trying to find a buyer for the company.
Sure.
And that was a great experience.
Okay. And my clients are looking to bring on board a very talented sales director and somebody who is going to be very largely responsible for taking the turnover from currently 2.5 million to a target of 12 million within the next 2 to 3 years, and that's with a view to then exiting and selling the company. How does that appeal to you? And also, how capable do you think you would be in that role, achieving this objective?
From the appeal point of view, it's fantastic because you've got the growth to go for, but you've also got this other project going on in the wings, which personally I think I can bring an awful lot to the company because I've gone through all those hoops to try and groom the company up to that point where it's relevant to for a sale. You want to groom the company in a way that there's sustainable processes and customer links there, because when it comes down to selling the company, certainly in due diligence, things will be found out if they're not right. So you've got to get it in order to get to that point and maximise every single bit of profit, because it's the profit, your net profit, that will determine how much that company's worth, as well as the sustainability of the business. So from that point of view, I think I can offer an awful lot because I've been through those hoops and enjoyed it.
Good. How would you describe your sales pedigree within the food industry?
Certainly I started off, obviously I came into the food industry from the leisure industry, so it was a big change across, but I did think I was very personable. I got on, I could get on with people. I realised that the attention to detail is absolutely paramount when you're dealing with big customers. And I think really when you look at my CV and my sales track record, if you took the Asda account to be an example,
Yeah.
taking it on with and having £50,000 turnover, and within 3 years moving that up just below 1 million is quite significant from a small supplier.
Yes.
And that was totally down to the relationship that I forged with that buying manager. And I have brought with me some documents and emails from that buying manager
Excellent.
to endorse how good a service he actually got from us.
That's excellent. And we'll also be looking to take up some references in terms of validating your track record. Do you have any information to hand on other referees?
Yes, certainly. I brought that with me. So
Right.
there are two, strong referees there.
Okay, lovely. My client is looking for, and is, in his own words, somebody who is, and you've mentioned about detail, somebody who is a nice person who is remarkable in everything they do. So there is quality in every detail, and somebody that would will bring with them has a certain presence, charisma, believe totally in what the company is striving to do, and also of course being able to demonstrate through your track record in our interview the relevant skills, knowledge and experiences, etc. And in terms of your knowledge of the food industry, how would you describe that now?
Very good. Obviously became engrossed within my role and the food industry in general, and you take an interest. It'd be the classic, you would go shopping with your wife into the supermarket and she'd be finding you going off down different aisles looking at products. So you do become engrossed with it. You do live it, and you've got to, particularly when it's your business and you know how much the growth is worth to you. So from that point of view, I think I have got a very good overall view of the food industry and how it works.
Fantastic. And how would you, just to sum up this video interview, in terms of your enthusiasm and passion going forward and potentially this role, and perhaps adding value to a very well established company, great brand, very successful products, what more could you bring?
I think it's that, as well as the sales growth aspect and the determination there to grow.
Yeah.
I have got that additional, those additional skills to add to that senior management team. And I think going into this period of growth with the aim of finding an exit strategy to get out, I think I can bring an awful lot of detail and understanding of the process to the company.
Super. I'd like to thank you very much for this video interview, Gerard, and we're going to conclude this now. Thank you.